Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Messier Devotionals. A lot has changed in these past 2.5, 3 years that I have left the church, and I have tried so many times to make this video, and I never know what to say, how to start, and I know that I don't need to explain myself to anybody, but making this YouTube channel and the other ones too has been a really, really big part of my life. Being there for other teenagers and even adults actually in their Christian journey has been really important to me. And now that this channel is officially like not going to produce any videos anymore, even though I haven't for a couple of years, but I had always hoped that I would post the last 4 videos that I had on my drive. I feel like it's important to say goodbye and to maybe explain my side of, like, not my side of the story, because just my story. um let's start with my childhood. So both of my parents had really important positions in the church. They would change here and there, but it would still be somewhat significant. And yeah, when I was at church, we would be at church praising God, learning more about God, and then eventually my parents would have to go to meetings. Sometimes we would eat with everybody that was in the meeting, and then they would go to their meetings, and sometimes we would just have to stay there for like super long while they were in meetings, or we had to participate with these events that were specifically for people that were in the meetings. This became more as my dad like got a higher position in the church. I don't even remember what it was, but it had to do with like different countries and stuff like that. And so my time at church on Saturday became longer and longer. And during that time, I also realized that I wanted to do more for the church. I was tired of just being a kid and just, sitting and listening. I wanted to actively participate. I wanted to actively do something for others. And also, I was tired of being bored. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very active person. So just sitting on the benches wasn't enough for me. And so I started with trying to be in the praise team. Then eventually I just wanted to preach and preach more. But people weren't always asking me to preach, and I think I also didn't really vocalize my desire to do so. So I decided to make this YouTube channel. That's why also my first video I didn't have the right equipment. I don't even think I was wearing the right shirt. And yeah, it just came out of a need to share and to help. Also maybe in the hopes of helping myself, because I never felt like my relationship with God was all that. And while making these videos and my YouTube channel became more serious, I had to adapt a more serious way of life because I never knew who was watching and what they were thinking. And I never wanted to jeopardize me helping others by, living a double life, let's say. So I literally faked it till I made it as much as possible. That also came with a lot of pressure since 15, 16 maybe, on my back to be this perfect Christian example of what a teenager could be, what a teenager could look like. And in some ways I feel like it cost me my friendships and it cost me myself, because at some point I didn't know who I was anymore because I was pretending so much. My friends knew who I was, and also to a certain degree I also knew who I was. Let's not be dramatic here. But wanting to have this life so bad, and my friends also wanting to see that example so bad in me, we both got blinded about my actual actions. And trying to be perfect like so often was so exhausting. And sometimes I just wanted to be like the other teenagers. I also wanted to be able to make mistakes and mess up, and I wasn't allowed to do that. I remember one time I painted my nails. Clearly I have my nails done now. Studying to become an art teacher, was also I was always, really into artistic expression and expressing myself through clothes, through makeup, through my nails, through everything. But I wasn't allowed to, again, because I was to be an example. And one of my leaders told me, Ariana, you need to remove those nails, because if you paint your nails, other kids are going to look up to you and think that they're also allowed to do that. And that became the slogan of my life. No matter what I did, I always had to remember that other teenagers were looking up to me. Because now I had a YouTube channel. I was preaching. I was in the praise team. I was part of the team of the youth group. Like, I was organizing stuff. I was basically the right hand of my youth leader. I had to be a good example. And so mistakes were not an option. If they weren't before, they definitely weren't now. And I actually took it as an honor, because I never wanted to be the reason why other people would sin. I never wanted to tempt anybody to even go so far as sinning. So I kept my cool. I know it didn't really truly diminish myself, but to a certain degree I did. And I tried to be the perfect Christian teenager that I could be. My faith, I wouldn't say exactly my faith, but my life hit a blow after my parents got divorced. And that's when I truly like dug really deep into being a Christian. When I tell you, I read that Bible from front to back. My Bible was filled with ink. All of the annotations I could make were in there. I made so many sermons during that time. And then eventually when I got into my gap year, oh my god. That YouTube channel, that was like all that. I just put all of my energy into it. And I started to write more sermons. I started to post more on my YouTube channel. I dedicated my whole entire life to church in my gap year. I was also helping another organization to make Bible quotes. Everything you could think of, I did it. And I was determined to be a support system to all Christian young people that felt like they needed it. I wanted to be a guiding light, and I was also hoping that maybe by helping them, I could help myself. I could help myself get back on track with God. Because like maybe for 1 year when I was 14, that I was reading my Bible, 14, 15, that I was reading my Bible every day at like 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and then going to school, and then reading at school too, and then reading after school. I felt like my relationship with God was truly good. But after that, it took a huge hit. Like, it just, and no matter what I did, no matter how much I read, no matter how much I prayed, no matter how much I begged, no matter how much I tried fasting, nothing worked. My relationship with God just would not get into a good place anymore. And I felt so lost. And I was talking to different people, trying to like understand what I need to do, trying to get help, because I wanted to get into this good place with God. I was reading my Bible, trying to find new stuff, trying to be more engaged with God, reading more stuff about Ellen White so that it could get exciting again. And I could be like, okay, I'm feeling God's presence, but also remembering that, when a teacher, like, when the teacher's in the classroom, they're teaching you stuff, you can see their presence, but then when it's time for the test, the teacher is present, but they cannot help you, so you don't really feel their presence. And that's how it is with God. I was trying to remember that, but nothing was helping. And my only solution that I could think of was to help others, trying to remind others what it was like. What it is to be with God and like form a connection with God, trying to help them get back on their spiritual path, hoping that it would inspire me or it would guide me to mine. I thought it worked, but then when I came to the Netherlands, I got hit with homesickness. I wouldn't say I became depressed, but I was definitely really sad. And things were just not going well. School was going horribly. And the only thing that I heard from my leaders was, make God your priority and everything will fall into place. If you have to put God before school, before everything that's happening, just do that. And everything will be fine. But everything was not fine. I almost flunked my first year. I tried going to church in the Netherlands. I was in Groningen because I live in Groningen. So I went to church in Groningen first. Trying to stay active again. I got into the praise team, but I think I only sang with them like during practice a couple of times. And I was also a translator. So I was sitting in the back room translating live while people were preaching. So I was like, okay, I'm getting back on track. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Then eventually it wasn't working for me, so I started to go to church in Rotterdam, and I was staying with my aunt in Schiedam. Um, After a while, things were going better, but it was still nowhere where it needed to be, and I was still really, really sad. I felt more lost than ever, and I felt more out of touch with God than I ever did. Saturdays were horrible, horrible, because I couldn't go to my aunt every single Friday. I tried as much as possible, but of course there were certain Fridays before that I didn't go to her, and when I had to stay in Groningen, it was bad. It was really, really bad. I was, singing my hymns, reading my Bible, reading Ellen White, just trying. Even like I think I was only listening to gospel at the time, like really, really, really trying to, stay there, do what God asked of me. But by December, I told myself, I gave myself 1 month to get everything together. But if by the end of December, I still don't feel close to God, I still don't feel that connection with God, I'm not gonna stay sad forever. I deserve happiness too. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to claim that happiness. And if that means leaving the church, leaving the only thing that I knew for the longest time ever, basically just throwing my whole identity away, throwing everything that I am away, in pursuit of happiness, in pursuit of self-discovery, I will. And by the end of December, as you can guess, nothing changed. So I decided that I was going to leave because the things that were supposed to make me happy were making me miserable. And the things that I knew would make me happy, what did I just say? Yeah, the things that were supposed to make me happy were making me miserable. And the things I knew would make me happy, I was not allowed to do. And so during these 2.5 years, I have tried everything that I thought would make me happy. And I am happy for me to say that I feel like I found myself. I'm starting to find myself. I am starting to feel like what it is to have agency over my own life, what it is to be happy, what it is to make my own choices, and just express myself the way I always wanted to. And I know that religion is more than just expressing yourself, and that I shouldn't let people get in the way of me and God. But honestly, y'all, I have some personal stuff with God also that I'm not gonna bring on this channel, because I believe in allowing people to believe in who and what they choose to believe in, and I don't want to be the reason why anybody's faith is shaken. So I'm not gonna go there. But I do have to say that I am really sad, and for the past 2.5, 3 years, I have been really sad about leaving the church. The religious trauma that I carry is big. It's pretty significant, and it might take me a while to get over that too. But the guilt about leaving the church behind, leaving God behind, is still something that I struggle with. It's still something that it really freaks me out sometimes when I think about it. And yeah, because I came here and I was like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that leaves the church when they leave their home country. I'm gonna stick beside God because I know what I believe in. I know who I believe in. I believe in him, I love him, and I know he loves me. And that's why leaving was so hard, because I knew what I was leaving behind. I knew who I was leaving behind. And it was just weird trying to navigate the world without God, without having this constant guidance with me, without, I don't know how to explain it, but it was hard. It still low-key is sometimes. And I'm managing, but I don't regret my decision. I really don't. But yeah, if you came so far, in this video, I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting me all of these years. Thank you for those that didn't try to get me back in the church or try to tell me that I would change my mind or that hopefully one day I would find my way back. Maybe I will, but for now, for today, and definitely tomorrow, I won't. I'm really happy out here, and I found my ways in ways that I never would have. I'm grateful for the decision that I took for myself. Like I said, it was one of the hard decisions that I had to make, but it was really necessary for me. And I learned a lot during those years. I grew a lot. I had to leave some people behind because they didn't want to deal with who I became, and that's okay. I also met new people that loved the person that I became and were ready to support me and took me back with open arms. I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh my god. But yeah, it's been a rewarding but also painful experience, and because I know that I will not be doing anything with this channel anymore, a goodbye is definitely in order. But yeah, like I was saying, now I remember what I was saying. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being there for me. It was really, at times, editing these videos was really stressful. I lost a lot of weight. It felt like a lot of pressure. And even though it was really painful sometimes, I did enjoy making these videos. I did enjoy seeing the Bible verses in church to help kids memorize their verses. I did enjoy knowing that I helped someone get closer to God. I was an answer to someone's prayer. And that also, of course, it forced me to study and to get to know God better and get to know myself through God better too. So yeah, it has been a lot. It has been a lot. And if you want to make a YouTube channel, a Christian YouTube channel, I would be more than glad to give you tips. But before I say my final goodbye, I would just like to ask you guys to please don't give me any Christian advice. Don't tell me that I might come back. Don't ask me if I might come back. Don't tell me that you will pray for me. If you want to pray for me, pray for me. But don't tell me you pray for me, because it always sounds so condescending to me. But yeah. Okay, now officially, goodbye for the millionth time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love all of these years. Thank you for your patience, because I know I haven't been the most consistent person. I might upload the videos unedited, just upload them just so you guys could have the knowledge of so many hours spent. But that's as far as I will go. I will not finish editing them as I had always hoped to do. But yeah, enjoy your day, guys.